If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I've been covering the microchip. You got to see this video and how they are normalizing it and how they're going to use any means of media, any influencers that they can to make this seem like a good thing. And this is pretty scary, seeing the amount of thumbs up compared to thumbs downs that people give a video such as this by a channel with 1.14 million subscribers, The Modern Rogue, where they're openly promoting getting an RFID chip. Now, the thing that they do, and I'm going to show you the video clips, is exactly what I've been talking about. The heightened sense of threat that they're creating around cyber attacks, around people stealing your identity. They're going to use these things to influence you, breaking into someone's home, right? So they use the key with the RFID chip and the key, and they're like, well, what if you use the key? Somebody else can get the key, and then they could, go into your room, like in a hotel room, or you're into your home, or into your car, right? That's why we even see Tesla with the RFID cards to use, to get into your car instead of a key, right? This is all part of a process, a step process, right? Credit cards, to cashless, to chip, that type of thing. To getting the chip inside you so nobody can steal your identity. Oh, you don't feel anything. Oh, you wouldn't even know you got it, right? All the basic steps here that we see in basic mind control, and then joking around about, oh, I'm a cyborg now that I have the microchip. And look at the thumbs up ratio again. You get almost 10,000 thumbs ups to 292 thumbs downs. And you're damn right I thumbed it down. And then the comment section, everyone thinks it's fantastic. Oh, look, it's so easy to get. And now I'm a cyborg and I could get into, a door without using a key anymore. I could just use my hand like the guy, you'll see the guy show you in this video. And it's no surprise that the guy who inserts the microchip just happens to be wearing a shirt with a pyramid on it, right? I mean, give me a break. Take a look for yourself.
And it operates with RFID, right? It operates with a lot of technologies, but RFID is popular, of course.
It occurs to me right now, some people might think this is ad. This ain't an ad. Whoever this company is, I don't even know them. Go ahead.
Exactly. So if you have a card, sure enough, you can get in, not fumble around with your keys. But if a nefarious person steals your card and it's like, oh my God, my card is gone and my house is locked, how can I get in?
You smash a window.
Well,
chimney.
Oh, in the chimney. You could the Santa Claus attack.
Santa Claus attack. He's the ultimate penetration tester.
Yeah.
Santa
Claus. What I might just do is say, well, even without my card on me, I can just kind of try that.
Oops.
No, you just gotta give the lock a high five. It likes me.
All right, Bill the Beans, I'm too excited about this. It is ESP.
So if you rub your hand across my fingers right here.
Yeah, no, you have a thing in your body.
In between the first and second metacarpal of each of my hands, subdermally implanted.
This guy with his multi-syllable words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
That sound you're making is so weird.
I'm used to people making sounds like that around me. That is just a smaller version of this.
You're a cyborg.
Basically, yes.
He's more man than machine, by a lot, but eventually will be more machine than man.
Yeah.
And I assume you update it using the same gizmo that you would use to update one of these.
You can.
We do.
And does it hurt?
I don't get hurt by most things that people kind of scratch their head at when I try it, so it didn't hurt me, but I mean, your mileage may vary.
That's a yes. Are you worried about that becoming out of date like a lot of technology? And then how bad is it to remove it?
You can remove it. I mean, what goes in you can come out of you, just with blades and effort.
I just realized I didn't see any scar. Let me see it.
Yeah,
again.
so that heals up pretty good. It's pretty invisible. And this one
You have two?
Yes, I have one in this hand.
Why two? What's the, you program, they're different keys. You
Yes,
program one
and
for
one
work
is low
and one
frequency,
for home.
one is high frequency.
What is the difference between low frequency and high frequency?
They're different credential technologies. Low frequency is much older, like your 125 kilohertz kind of low frequency card. The high frequency card is what all modern systems are using. If you have NFC on your phone, or if you have tap to pay, that's all modern 1356 megahertz. Well, it looks like a small version of this.
Oh, there we go. The dramatic reveal.
It's so tiny.
Can I put it up my nose Total Recall style? Yes.
If we were to make a list of things that you could do, that would be on the list. I don't know if I would recommend it.
Is it okay for me to open? And
Absolutely.
Look at it? Okay.
Yeah. So that particular chip inside there is a MyFair style chip.
What does that
And
mean?
Technically, it's not even a real MyFair chip. It's a clone, which allows you to manipulate some of the data on there so you can clone hotel key cards. But basically, if you inject that into your hand, then at most hotel properties, we would be able to clone your room key to your hand. So then even after you have like a really long and involved evening and you lose your credential, you can still come back to your room, kind of slap your hand against the door and have it open.
Could you theoretically program it using the hotel's equipment? Like when they program a key, could you just put your hand on there?
You could. That might look weird, reaching over the counter and just kind of like being like, "Hey man, don't sorry,
me.
you got a pen or something?"
Click enter.
But we actually use the Proxmark, the same tool we used last episode, to clone hotel keys onto those.
So what do you say when people are worried about this thing tracking you?
Oh my God, so many comments about this. No concerns whatsoever. First of all, as we've seen with most RFID, the range is super tiny. Like there was a James Bond film where something that size was in his arm and they were like tracking him from space. Like that's not real. You have to be really close.
I do have a concern though, because it looks like this is made of glass. What happens if it shatters?
It's a special glass. It's hardened in a way that makes it very resistant to cracking and impact damage. So while it is still technically glass, and if with enough force, yes, you can crush it, the reality is that once it's installed properly, it's actually very resilient and very, very safe unless like you hit your hand with a hammer
We know
directly.
people who are mixed martial artists that have them. I mean, as anyone knows me, I do a lot of lead acceleration, so my hands are subject to tons of recoil impulse all the time.
Took me a second to figure out what lead acceleration was.
For what it's worth, within the community, we've been using these for a few years now, about 3 to 4 years. And to date, I have not heard of an instance where someone had one of these implants crack inside their body. Now again, anything is possible, but I just want to highlight that it's, in my opinion, fairly unlikely.
You mentioned a community. How many people that we know of have these implanted?
Well in excess of 10 people.
Yeah,
No,
hundreds.
hundreds.
Every DEF CON, there's usually a free table where people can come up and they'll buy the chip, but the service of implant is donation-based, if anything, and hundreds every
Many
DEF CON.
hundreds.
Many
if
hundreds.
not, we're well into over 1,000 by now, I would imagine.
So I imagine
all willingly.
Yeah.
Right.
As far as I know.
Most of them are willing.
I wait till he's asleep and then I reprogram the chip. Okay. I'm good. Yep. Ready to rock.
Keep your hand relaxed.
Yep.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Well, that's an unusual sensation.
What does it feel like?
It doesn't hurt. There was a little pop. It's a weird feeling. And it's over? It's done. It's done?
That's it.
I'm a robot now.
Oh my God! The modern rogue is now officially part cyborg.
I'm a modern cyborg! Now, when there's the robot uprising, they'll spare me.
Yeah.
Your ass is grass, Brushwood.
You're like, no,
Should
we're
I hold
friends. I
this?
swear. I swear. Oh my God, dude, that's awesome, Jason.
That was cool.
Nicely done.
You are a beast.
This guy was amazing.
Yeah, we should introduce Cooper.
Cooper, thank you so much for this. This didn't hurt at all. You made it really simple. It was weird, and now I'm weird, which is awesome.
And this is why it's so scary. And I've said this before. You know, I'm sure even if you're not a Christian, which, you know, most of you are who follow my channel, but even if you're not, and you're at least familiar with the mark of the beast and you're familiar with what the Bible says about those who take the mark. I remember, you know, being so young reading that and saying, how dumb, you know, like who would do this? Who wants to be damned? And who would take this mark knowing what the consequences are? And look at this society now that these people have no problem using this chip, which will be used to buy and sell goods. You'll have to have this chip inside you. You'll have to be a quote unquote cyborg, just, you know, AKA transhumanism. And people are just lining up. I mean, the stuff that people are writing in the comment section, it's frightening. And that's the state of our current society. Nobody cares. Nobody believes anymore in God because they've taken God away, right? And they've replaced any type of faith with science. And everybody believes in atheism. The dumbest people on the planet believe in atheism. You'll find that the people with the least amount of common sense are atheists. And they look at this stuff and they go, this is great because this is going to help, make things faster, improve things. Meanwhile, we don't need any of this stuff. You don't need an Alexa in your home to turn your light switch on. You don't need a toilet to automatically flush. I mean, what, does your hand not work? I mean, really? Alexa, turn on the lights. Oh, man. So glad I didn't have to get up and turn the lights on. Or I didn't have the clapper. Remember the clapper? Never thought the clapper would be something that's, I remember when they had the clapper, people were like saying how lazy they were then. And now it's like, Alexa, play me a song. You can't get up and put a CD on, or, not CDs anymore, but put your iPod on, or, it's just the way that technology has gone. People just continue to think that this is an upgrade. And I'm telling you, there's going to be channels like this and celebrities like the Kardashians, and all these people are going to be the ones who influence the masses out there, because this is what they need to do. They need to show them that this is an easy process, that it doesn't hurt, so there's nothing to be fearful of. They tell you that, in all the studies and all the cases, there's never been a chip that's like fallen out of the body or any type of disease come from it, right? That's what they're using the animals as an experiment for, to get people desensitized to it. They're going, look, all these animals are chipped, nothing's happening to the animals, even though I have covered how they're finding that these chips that they're putting in animals are like ending up in the animal's foot, when it's put in their back of their neck and things like that. I mean, you want to get the chip in your hand and then it ends up in your penis. I mean, I'm sure there's some people in the LGBTQ that probably do, but I would imagine most people wouldn't. But they will continue to desensitize people to the severity of it. They'll make it look like it's easy. They'll make it humorous, right? With the cyborg. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, I've seen Star Trek. It's not big. Cyborg. Oh, it doesn't hurt. Oh, it's safe. Oh, I don't need a wallet. This is wonderful. Now I could do things 1 second faster, even though you should really have all the time in the world every day to do the things you want to do. Everybody's in a rush to get nowhere. This is the world that we live in now. And people like this, like this channel specifically, are going to be used and promoted to popularize these things, to make these things look wonderful and safe. And of course, when it comes to anyone talking about the mark of the beast or just the dangers of putting, this type of technology inside of your body, they'll call all of us conspiracy nuts and crazy people and religious fanatics, and everyone out there just laughs about it. But they don't know the severity of these types of things, let alone the fact that you're not even considering that they're putting a computer chip inside their bodies. It's just a big joke to all of them. The joke's going to be on them in due time, but this is scary to see that this is getting normalized, but it's going to continue to happen more and more. You can expect more celebrities, you can expect more YouTubers, all of them, to just start going. You'll see just casually Kim Kardashian open her door with her hand. I guarantee it. And they won't force feed it on you, but it'll be placed everywhere, just like we see with the specific characters in the LGBT placed in all these shows, right? Same thing here. You're going to see, someone just doesn't have a key to get in their house, use their hand, but they're not going to be like, you got to get this, you got to get it, because then people go, whoa, wait a minute. They'll just start being desensitized, seeing it, wanting it. And then, of course, they'll come out with fake stories about fake cyber attacks, which they always put in the news, right? Oh, Yahoo hacking, millions of people's emails. Oh, Experian, hacking people's social security numbers. All these things. The only reason those stories are out there are because they want you to be fearful of that happening to you so that they can talk you into the chip where nobody will be able to ever steal anything from you or take any identity from you, or, money won't be zipped out of your bank account by Russian hackers, all this stuff that they create. It's all propaganda to get people to take this type of technology. So be forewarned. It is a scary world out there. I thank you all for listening to today's show. God bless you and your families.